Welcome everyone, my name's Jacob, this is Andrew, and the most exciting golf tournament of the year is here, the Masters, now in November instead of the summer when it usually is. But before it starts, we're going to give you our favorite picks. Andrew, the biggest question on everyone's mind, who is going to go home with the green jacket this year? Who's going to win the Masters?
Yeah, we've got a couple of picks. Obviously, you want to sprinkle some on a few guys. I think the number one value play that makes the most sense is Rory McIlroy at 14-1. Not the biggest long shot. I think 14-1 makes a lot of sense. You know, this would kind of be the feather in McIlroy's career cap. He's got everything but this. This would complete the Grand Slam for him. He's won the other three majors. He really wants a Masters. What better year than 2020 for someone like this to finally get off the high, finally get that fourth, finish the Grand Slam. McIlroy was a little bit of a disappointment at last year's Masters, and I think that finish is kind of fresh in some people's minds and has caused odds makers to underrate him here. When you look at his 5 years before that, he finished in the top 10 each of the previous 5 Masters, so he's been coming real close. It's not like he's been struggling in the Masters historically. And another bonus, Rory McIlroy always plays well in these wet conditions. You know, there's storms in the forecast here. At the 2011 Open, he won by 8 strokes when there were storms there, so.
All right, so Rory McIlroy coming out on top this year. Now, my next question is, who's coming just short? Who's finishing in second place?
Well, I think another guy who's got a great chance to win, you know, maybe slightly less than I like the Rory play, but I also like Justin Thomas a lot. Also at around 14-1. I think these two guys among the upper tier guys have the best shot. Justin Thomas is another guy who his trajectory is amazing. You know, the past 4 Masters that he's been in, he's gotten better every single time. He was in the 30s, then he was 22nd, then he was 17th, then he was 12. So, you know, I think he's got a lot of upward momentum here. Upward momentum, not just with the Masters, but recently in general. He won a tournament back in August. His most recent tournament that he played, the Zozo Championships, just recently, he came in second. He's playing some of his best golf, and I think he's got a great shot to win this one.
All right, so we've told you who's going to finish 1 and 2 in the Masters, but Andrew, are there any prop bets that we like this week?
Yeah, there's a lot. You know, that's one of the best parts about the Masters, that you can kind of just fire the board. There's a million different prop bets you can bet. We're going to give you just a couple. The first one that we like is Collin Muricawa to finish in the top 20 at plus 120. The youngster, what more can you say about him? I think a lot of people are scared off, and that's why odds makers have made this line so low by the fact that he's a rookie. But first of all, I mean, this is the Masters in November. This is an unusual time for everybody. It's almost like everybody's a rookie at this year's Masters. You know, no one is used to these environments, so I don't think the fact that he's so young is going to play too much against him here. And, I mean, this is a guy who just won the PGA Championship in his first ever PGA Championship. So clearly, he won the whole thing outright. Clearly, he is not fazed by the big stage. I think, if anything, he's got a leg up on some of the veterans in the mental capacity department. I think he's going to be just fine, and getting plus money here is an absolute steal.
Always a good time to look for some value. Are there any other prop bets that we like?
Yeah, we also like Lonto Griffin, minus 175 to make the cut. This one is flying a bit under the radar. You know, he's not a household name, but only minus 175, I think, is another steal. He's made 9 of his last 10 cuts. He's made the cut at both of the majors he's played already this year. He's not going to be a guy that's going to win the thing, but I think he's going to perform solidly enough to make this cut. I don't see any reason to believe he won it. You know, he's a bit of a late bloomer. He's 32, so I think he gets slept on for those reasons and doesn't have the pedigree that some of the other guys have, but he's slow and steady, wins the race. I think he's going to finish somewhere in the middle of the pack, but relatively easily make the cut.
All right, well, there you have it. Those are our Masters picks. Make sure to lock it in before the tournament begins. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.